Hi, I'm Lisandra Vazquez. You might know me from the characters that I play online, such as Washington Post. Hey, I'm gonna put away the wigs and talk to you about what's making me want to scream over ice cream. We're starting off our journey in Las Vegas, aka Sin City. A place where excess is expected, capitalism is king, and greed lingers in the air like cigarette smoke. Oh, finally, just what I needed, a Prada ornament. To me, Vegas is the perfect metaphor of what it's like to be in America today. Super flashy with strong branding, trying to sell you the dream of a better life. But the more you look, the more you realize that this place runs on sad addicts and maxed out credit. And since I don't think the what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas thing applies if I take you with me, let's go inside the Cosmopolitan and have some ice cream at Milk Bar. Now, I've had Milk Bar before, but I've never had their ice cream. I've had their cakes. They're fantastic. I chose Milk Bar because it's owned by a woman, and their desserts are good. Like, really good. And I'm not even a desserts person, but I went to try their cereal milk soft serve. And because it was 9 o'clock in the morning, I also got myself some coffee. And where else does one sit when they have ice cream by themselves in a casino, but in front of Whitney Houston, aka Nippy. R.I.P. Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Ice Cream with Lisandra Vazquez. I'm currently in Las Vegas, and I'm having some ice cream from Milk Bar. It is a woman-owned Christina Tosi. I couldn't find any scandals about her, so y'all in the comments let me know if this is problematic. You always do. This is cereal milk. Cheers. And cornflake. You want some? That's for you. I love a crunch. What's making me want to scream right now? The cost of everything. That's right. I am so sick and tired of paying so much money for everything. And again, I know that I'm in Vegas, right? Everything here costs a lot of money, famously. But like, it's not just going out on trips like this. It's utility bills, rent, car payments, health insurance, or any insurance at all, actually. And then we have also food, we have childcare, dog care. Everything costs so much money. And how does that work? Because we live in a country that protects predators and predatory lending, predatory everything, all the kinds of predators, you name it. And that is what's making me want to scream, because I'm a millennial, and I know that I'm not alone in this. We were promised the American dream by the previous generation. I'm not just going to say that it's all boomers, but it's always a boomer, right? That told us, hey, you can have a home, you can do all this, you can have children, you can have a family. But now the American dream is leaving. The American dream is truly leaving. I'm looking into ways to move to Spain. In order to be able to afford healthcare, I'm flying to Turkey to be able to get a full medical workup and checkup, because it's honestly going to be a fraction of what it would cost here for me to be able to get the care that I should be able to get in my own home country. But no, I can't get that because it is unaffordable here. And I make internet money. You know what I mean? I didn't make internet money a year ago. I make more money now, but I still am catching up. I'm catching up on all my bills. I'm paying everything that I need to pay, and everything just costs so much money. It's hard to get ahead in America, and that, my friend, is what is making me want to scream. Like, my generation is not getting married. We're not having kids. We're choosing to be renters for life because honestly, everything is too fucking expensive. This show isn't just so that I can complain. I mean, it's fun for me to complain, but it's not just that, right? I want to be able to put a voice to the frustrations that we're feeling as real people, so then it's not just the mainstream media telling us that everything is okay, because everything is not okay. All right, we are not okay, and we're also, last I checked, still live in a democracy. So as tax-paying citizens, as people who have contributed to this country and grew up believing that you can actually have the American dream, where it's if you work hard, you should be rewarded for it. But right now, it's if you work hard, you get more work. And then you get shamed for having to use the systems that we need. Like, what the fuck is it with people shaming people for using SNAP? But then they don't want to raise the minimum wage so people don't need to use SNAP. Make it make sense. Oh wait, it doesn't. Anyway. The reason why I'm in Las Vegas is because I came to see Kelly Clarkson with my sister. My sister and I are the daughters of a pediatrician who was born in a very, very poor part of Puerto Rico. We're also born in Puerto Rico, but my mom is one of 12, technically one of 18 because my grandpa cheated. But they grew up in very, very severe poverty, right? My grandma had to like stretch the food to make sure she fed all the kids, and they lived in el campo and out in the countryside. So my mom and all of her siblings worked their asses off to be able to become professionals and make a better life for their children than they had for themselves. And they did that because they were able to at the time. This is in like the 60s, the 70s. Times are so different that I do not have a better life than my mom did. I do not own a home. By those metrics, I have a pretty good life. I'm sitting here eating ice cream and bagels, making a video on my phone. But the advantages that the system had in place when my mom was coming up to be able to get out of school, become a doctor and not have student debt. That's a huge privilege and an advantage to be able to then go and be the head of household and be able to own a home, to be able to afford 3 children. That's baller. I'm so proud of my mom. My mom worked and she was able to get ahead because she's smart, because she's a worker and she has a good heart, right? I have not been afforded the same opportunities because the system in place is different. It is rigged for the people at the top. And so that is what is making me want to scream. The fact that even though my mom worked so hard and she is such a good person and she worked her butt off from bringing us from Puerto Rico to the United States. I know it's the United States, the continental United States, for more opportunities, and we do have more opportunities, but we're not able to get ahead because this country, this world prioritizes predators. Is everybody that I'm going to have ice cream with going to be well known? No. Unfortunately, Obama's not going to be my first guest. But first of all, I don't have that kind of budget. Second of all, I think we're all tired of hearing what celebrities, influencers, and politicians have to say. I think we need to hear more from each other. We need to hear more about what actual people have lived experiences with. So we'll be doing that. And also, the people I'm going to talk to are funny. I don't hang out with not funny people, but you knew that. So, this is also how you know I'm making this up as I go, because I forgot to review the ice cream. It's okay. I like the things from Milk Bar way more. Like, they have a lot of really good stuff. Like, this is okay. I like the crunchiness, like the cereal that's on it. But I think that's just because I like crunch. So I give it a 6, 7 because it has cereal on it. Am I Keith Lee? Oh my God. Also, I had to pay like $20 for this and a coffee. So, at first I was really embarrassed to record this in here, but no one gives a fuck about anything, so.
Speaking of everything being expensive, look, Formula One, using an actual city as a racetrack.
Everything back here is going to be turned into a Formula One race track. Well, it is a Formula One race track. See that? Like a video game. Only real people can.
A few moments later.
Okay, I think I figured it out while I was walking back from the Cosmopolitan to the MGM, where I'm staying. Abundance is all around us, right? While I was walking, I'm looking at all the stones, all the stores. There's so much opulence everywhere. And abundance is fundamentally and actually everywhere. And in the darkness of this, it is hoarded. It is taken up by a certain few. As if there is this darkness, that darkness doesn't exist without light also existing, which means that there's a pathway for all of us to be able to tap into having a life where we feel abundant, because it doesn't mean having a lot of these things. It doesn't mean having access to like a fancy hotel room or this and that. It means having access to feeling like you are holding plenty and that you have access to everything, because even as we can all attest to it, the richest people in the world still don't feel like they have enough, and sometimes the poorest people in the world feel like they have the whole world. So it isn't about money, it is about abundance. It is about feeling like we have enough. And so many people right now don't feel, despite their best efforts, despite being in alignment with what they're trying to do, being a good person in their community, they don't have enough. And that is not a fault of their own, it is a fault of the collective. And so I think it is our responsibility to talk about these things, and I think we should encourage each other to see the light within the darkness, and so then we can continue to push forward, because in these days it's so difficult. And that's one of the reasons why I use comedy, is to be able to process the madness that's happening. And I hope that through my weird way in which I process things, I'm able to provide some light for you, because this provides light for me. And I see your comments, I see your messages. I can't respond to all of them because I don't think that's a healthy thing to do, to spend my time reading everything. But I see them, I feel them, and I'm here. You're not alone. And I was too shy to scream outside. I'm gonna try to scream outside with other people, but I'm just do it in here. Okay, ready? What did I choose? This. Okay, I'm screaming to Sorry, that's all I feel I could do. I will get better at this, but you saw me eat ice cream. Anyway, I'm Lisandra Vazquez. Love you. Bye.